Yeah, g'day folks. Out here in the pool room, and for some reason pool equipment seems to be a popular thing to Google on YouTube and find out information, and I've done most of my bits and pieces. I've had this stuff long enough. I've had a pool and spa for 30 years, so I've got a rough idea on this equipment. I can't fix it all, but I got a rough idea with what's going on with this stuff. So yeah, when we had the pool put in 2010, we were debating heating, and the vast majority of people go with solar. But in our current situation, the pool people suggested solar, while it would work, given our roof lines, and we would have to run additional pumps and a whole bunch of different scenarios. They thought a heat pump would do a pretty good job. So we did that. We went with this heat pump. It's the Zodiac Eden Pack, I reckon 4 or something. So this one is for a 50,000 litre pool, or there's a range, but ours fits into that. So yeah, we've had this thing now since 2010, and I think it has some kind of feature where it'll heat up. I don't know if it's 10 degrees above the ambient temperature. I can't quite remember how it works, but obviously the hotter the weather gets, the warmer the water gets, and then the more this will heat the water up. But generally by November, December, the pool is naturally heated up without any heating to 25. It's usually about the minimum I would get in. It's pretty fresh. Before we had the heating in here, which wasn't for long, didn't take long. We had the heating installed with the pool, but it just took a little while to get it going. And so 25 is a bit fresh. So anyway, so we got this thing put in, and so naturally the pool heats up to about 25, and then you fire this thing up, and you can run it 24/7 if you want to, or you can run it overnight. That's one of the beauty of these things over solar. You can run them anytime. But if you think you're going to have a swim on a 20-degree day and crank the pool up to a nice comfortable temperature, it won't happen. So you can see it. I don't know why that's flickering, but it is. So the temperature got up to 25. I turned the heater on. Our first swim was that hot day we had last week, 39, 40 degrees, whatever it was. That morning the pool water was at 26, I think it got to. I turned the heater on about 10 in the morning, and then over a period of about, I think we came out about 4, had gone up to 30. So over 6 hours it had heated up from 26 to 30. And then when you get those heat waves up in the high 30s and whatnot, you got to be careful you don't run this thing too much, it'll get warm. But 32 we've had it up to. That's the heater not even on, if it's about 30 in the morning and you've got a 40-degree day, this thing will just keep rising. But 32 in the swimming pool, floating around, having a cold Cooper's Pale Ale is pretty bloody relaxing, I'll tell you, no matter how hot it is. So it works all right. So generally what I do is, we get to 25, and as soon as we see a hot day, I don't run this thing all day, all the time. I generally have it coming on for 4 hours twice a day, and it'll maintain this temperature. As you can see now, with the current temperature we have of mid-20s, mid to high 20s, it'll maintain around that 27, 28 degrees. So you can dive in and have a good swim anytime, which is really good. It'll drop down in the morning, but 8 hours a day it'll crank up a good a couple of degrees. And this, by the end of the day, may get up to 29, because it's not a hot day today, 27, 28. But yeah, you get those heat waves, 35 plus, and you come out in the morning, you've had a warm night, and the heater won't come on for days and days, because it's set to come on with the pump on a timer. It's days and days and days. It could be weeks that it won't come on, if that, because I've got this thing set at 30, and I can maintain that pretty comfortably over the hot weather. So from a cost point of view, I think we spend about $500 for the summer for heating. So I don't know how much that compares with solar, not ever having had it, but wouldn't have a clue. You're still, with solar, you still have to run a pump, and in our place we would have had to have 2 pumps to run it up to the 2nd story. So basically we've got this as the pump and the pump. So in our situation, it probably is still cheaper solar, but for over the 3-4 month period of summer, it costs about $500. What else about these things? Obviously, yeah, they're not going to heat the pool up over winter or spring or autumn unless it's really hot. It's really relying on temperature. And you can set this for 32 degrees Celsius. And yeah, ours is at 30, but the switch is a bit buggered, I think, from memory. So you can hear it running there. It's not too noisy, but you do need 4 meters or something of free air in front of that fan, because they reckon if you put them in a small room, can't put them in a shed or something, they need to be in open air like this, they'll ice up, or they do some bloody thing, I don't know. But yeah, I highly recommend these heat pumps if you want a swimming pool with nice warm water, nice tropical warm water. It is very pleasant, as you know, even on a hot day. And our pool's in the sun. We don't have shade sails or any of that nonsense. We're going for a swim. We want to be out there in the weather, nice warm sunshine. Alright, well there you go. That's your Zodiac Eden Pack heat pump. Pretty good stuff. Bye for now.